Yo, what's up guys, it's Naruto here, and today I'm back with another fighting game news for a month, and we are talking about August. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, there was a lot of news in August, so this might be a bit of a longer video, but I'm gonna try to slim the video down a bit because a lot of the news was because of Evo, so yeah. Now, if I did miss anything, let me know down below, or if you think there's anything worth of mention, you should also put it down there just in case, other people want to see something that, I didn't cover anything like that. Just let me know, or put it in the comments, and yeah. There will be timestamps if you just want to skip to a certain section, and let's begin with the video. Now, we're going to start off with the game that had probably the most news of last month, which in my opinion was Mortal Kombat 1 for sure. Now, starting off with the trailer that we got in Evo, which was the freaking Banish trailer. I'm not gonna lie, that trailer was freaking sick, man. It's not just because the fact that they had Reptile, even though Reptile looks pretty nice. This is probably the best version of Reptile easily. But, they had other characters that people wanted, like Ashura. Like, I'm not a huge fan, but, a lot of people want her, so I'm glad she's here. And Havoc, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna be, if he plays good enough, I'm probably gonna be using him primarily, hopefully, I don't know. Well, I still have to see when the game comes out or whatever. But he seems really fun. Like, I am generally excited to play Havoc. Like, Chaos, the idea of that, the Chaos realm, I'm not sure if it's still in, story or whatever. I'm really curious how that's going to work out. But it does seem like with the trailer, it seems like Ashura kills Havoc in the trailer, like in the cutscene. But I think that might be canon because I believe in just lore, Havoc can't die because of the realm he was in, because of the whole thing that's going on with this realm. So I wouldn't be surprised if this actually happened. He just came back. I can see that happening. So we'll have to wait and see. But that trailer, I think it definitely did it for most people. Like, it just made like the game for them, like, oh yeah, I'm getting this game, because it's not just the fact that they had Lee May, just like the people that were requested are back now. Like, I've seen people actually requested Havoc too, so I'm like, they got the dude that's all messed up and can contort his body and do all blood crazy stuff, which is really sick. Which does also, he's Chaos, he's a maniac or whatever. And then they got the freaking demon chick that people wanted, that's like, I'm a good person though, but I relinquished my demonhood or whatever. That's pretty much Ashura. And then Serena's in the game too, which is, well, she's a cameo, but a win is a win, what I'm saying? At least she's in here, I guess, you can use her in a way, And then the next trailer, which is like the Rules of Outward or something like that, that trailer was sick. Like, I was watching a bit of it at work because I couldn't watch it fully. But I was like, man, they're going to show the Tekken stuff and the MK stuff. I'm just waiting for it. And I got off of work, they started showing, I'm like, yes! And I'm like, is that Shao Kahn? No, it's General Shao, okay. So they have General Shao and freaking Sindel Montaro and freaking, I don't even think they were going to add Shujinko back in any way, because I thought people thought he was boring, but hey, I'm cool with it. I thought Shujinko was cool, because I think, I think it was Deception was the one that you get to play as him. I played that, the entirety of it. I just never knew what was going on. Like, it was in the PSP Portable, so that's how I played it. But I thought it was fun, at least. Like, I didn't understand, like, everything that was going on, but I do recognize a lot of character designs and stuff like that, so it's because of this game, so that's how I figured that out, so yeah. But either way, he's back. And then they also showed Raiden too, which was cool to see Raiden gameplay, because we haven't seen a few characters that they've shown a little bit, which is weird, which was Raiden and Kung Lao, but I think there's actually gameplay of that. But it goes with the story, so I haven't really looked at that, but it's feel pretty cool to see, that they've shown him, and he is like he's the new Liu Kang, he's the champion of Earthrealm, which in my opinion and my friend's opinion, it should have been Kung Lao, but it's whatever, it's whatever. Like, it makes sense because, they're flipping the stories, like Liu Kang's Raiden and Raiden is Liu Kang. I get it, but it's like, bro, can Kung Lao get a dub, brother? Like, can he be the main character or something one time? Just for one game. I don't know. But it's fine. It is what it is. And there also was another trailer, which was like the Mortal Kombat. It was that trailer, because back in the day, they had that classic Mortal Kombat trailer. They made another one, and Dave Bautista's in it. And everybody's like running in the streets like, yeah, Mortal Kombat, it's time to fight somebody. I don't know who they're fighting, but it was kind of cool looking at it. It's like, who they're about to beat? They're about to jump somebody. It doesn't seem like they're fighting each other. It's kind of funny. It's a little funny to me. They're all gathering around. Who are they about to fight? Onaga or something? Or Blaze? Like, what was happening? What was going on here? But that was just a little cool trailer they had. There's also another thing for news for Mortal Kombat, which was, it's not a trailer or anything like that. It's gameplay from YouTubers that have it, of a little bit of the story mode. I haven't personally watched it myself because I want to experience it myself. So I have really no news for that necessarily. Like, I don't want to say anything or tell you guys about it too much, because I'm not sure if you wanted to do it yourself, like I'm going to do it, like play the game myself or whatever, watch it. But I'm not going to cover that here, if it's okay, if that's cool, because I'm not sure if people want to see that or not. But it just goes over story mode. There's also a new mode called Invasion mode or something like that, which how Maximilian described it, at least it was like a board game type of deal, like where you're walking through or whatever in a straight line. Then you have multiple paths and you can, you know, explore it however you want. But this allows you to unlock certain things like customizations for characters. Now, they didn't really specify or anything like that if there's multiple customization, like it was like gear system. But it seems like it's like small stuff so far, like if you were Sub-Zero, you can change his mask or something, or no mask or something like that. So nothing too crazy like costumes or anything. Maybe later, but we don't have the information on that. But it seems like when you play it, you fight as characters, but their names are different. Like you can fight Baraka, right? But his name is Cannibal Warrior or something like that. So it's not like actually him, you know? And they have different abilities. Like the moves they have are augmented in a way to make them feel different when you fight them. And then you get your own abilities and gear to make you hit harder and stuff like that. So it's one of those types of modes, which does seem a little bit interesting. They even have Test Your Might as well. I'm sure it's like some thing you run into that you have to do most likely. So they're probably gonna have like a Test Your Luck thing as well. But this is just some of the single player stuff, specifically for Invasion mode. There's probably a bit more, but we just don't know about it yet. But this is what they showed. And also, it seems like in this early access build of the game, you got to play as Kung Lao with the cameo with Cyrax, which is really cool. Like, you get to play as the other characters that they previously had in the beta. But obviously, most people use Kung Lao and Cyrax to see how they played like for this early build that they got to play as. So that's what most people did. But moving on, there was a beta for MK1 that was pretty fun that I got to participate in. You had to pre-order it to play it, and I gotta say, it was really fun. There was a lot of glitches, but this is whatever, it's a beta, and it was still fun even though the glitches were happening. Some of them were game breaking, but it is what it is. The only problems I had personally, if I had to say anything, was the connection was off sometimes, even when we were both had like LAN cables in. So I'm like, okay. But overall, the experience is great. I had a fun time, and yeah, the beta started I think at August 17th or 18th. I can't remember exactly. It was one of those days, but it ended at the 21st though. But overall, the experience with the beta was really fun. But yeah, that is pretty much all the MK news I think that I covered so far, and we're moving on to the next game. Next game is Tekken 8. Now, boy howdy, those trailers in Evo were really cool. That we have like a Raven trailer, like Raven is back, like not Master. Who cares about Master Raven? Let's be honest, no one cares about her. But Raven, that's pretty exciting. Like, I'm not a Raven main or anything like that. I'm not gonna use him still, but I'm glad he's back. Like, it feels right. It feels like, okay, everything's coming back together now. Everybody's coming back, you know. It feels nice to have him back. Anything, especially with this new Shadow Clone gimmick thing that he has going on. He's over here whooping people with that. That's pretty sick, man. That's all I gotta say. It's really, really cool. And then they added, after that, there was another trailer with a girl named Asino, like Asina, like John Cena, but Asina. I think that's how you say it. If I'm messing up, tell me down below, okay? She was really fun. At first, like once they first showed, I'm like, oh, a new character. And then when she did the dodge, everybody, the crowd in the background was like, oh, I said, oh, my friend said it. We were like, oh, okay, she's one of those characters. So she has like an evasive thing where she can dodge pretty much all attacks from, I think, high and mid, which is pretty insane. So that's a pretty interesting thing to have. Or it might be high and low. I don't know exactly. I forget the thing there that they had in like the blog post. But it seems like she is a interesting character to me personally. Like she's all about coffee, which I think is kind of funny. Like after she beats you up, she's like poses with the coffee, like, oh yeah, you gotta drink the best coffee from Peru or something like that. I'm like, what the freak? That's pretty funny. I will say it's a really cool, welcoming character here. And I gotta say, the stages too for Tekken 8 were looking really nice too. Like, I liked her stage a lot, and I do like the stage that Raven was on for his showcase. Like, it was a mixture of classic Tekken stages. Like, it was a classic Tekken 5 stage, I believe, and Tekken 6. I cannot remember the names of them, but if you look at them, if you play the other Tekken games, you know what stages I'm talking about. I just don't remember the names. But it looked really nice all together, especially. It looked very, very cool. Then after these trailers in Gamescom, we got another trailer which actually gave us the release date for Tekken 8, which was the big one. Now, this trailer, I will say, was pretty cool. Now, I think maybe why I'm not super excited for this trailer is that I didn't see a character that I played as, so I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. But it did show the release date, which is the most important thing. And I'm just, you know, excited that everybody got the character. Like, Dragunov is there, which is really cool. Like, his outfit, he's dripped out. I'm not gonna lie, he's dripped out. Steve was there. Oh boy, I'm not excited about that because I do not like fighting him. And then Leo, that design is alright, not bad. And then Shaheen, I'm like, what? Why is Shaheen back? But I guess it makes sense because Pakistani's dominating Tekken, so maybe they made him cool or something. I don't know. And then they showed Kuma, which was cool, and he has like Heihachi's outfit, because, you know, Heihachi's passed away, you know, rip, or whatever. And freaking Yoshimitsu. Dude, Yoshimitsu looks so sick in this. Dude, he looks so cool, man. Dude looks sick. And then they had like a little bit of story stuff in the background too in this trailer. Like, I didn't know what was going on. It was like Xiaoyu running at a whole bunch of jackasses. I'm like, what's she about to get beat down? That's what I thought in my head. And then freaking the infamous Kazuya, like, he opens his like closet to like all the shoes. He's an ultra Nike head. There's like stacked up to the top of the building. That's how many shoes he has. I'm like, oh my goodness, this dude is balling. We all knew Kazuya had drip, bro. Like, come on now. And then they had like your own avatar thing or whatever to like. They're doing what Street Fighter did with the Battle Hub. Pretty much, you create your own little dude or whatever, and you run to the little arcade thing and you fight your friends. That's what they're doing. I'm like, that's all right, you know. I do really miss like just regular customers, but I guess it's just mainly for casual audiences. Like, I don't mind it. So yeah, it's whatever. And then at the end of the trailer, there's the release date for Tekken 8, which the game comes out in January 27th. Now, that is a really good window in my opinion, because I think everybody knew it was going to come out next year. At least like early next year, and what do you know, January. So that's a pretty good date. It leaves way for everybody to be chill. Like, Street Fighter had its time, Mortal Kombat's about to have its time this month, and then even for grandblue, even like grandblue Rising is going to have its time in November. So it's a good gap between games to have their own breathing room. So I think it's a good idea for that release date. Now, we also do know the amount of characters will be in the game. They said it was 32. Now, I think we're missing a total of 9, but I'm pretty sure one of them is Panda, because Kuma's in the game, so technically we don't know 8 of them. Now, I'm hoping one of them is Eddie Gordo, because I'm an Eddie Gordo Kazuya Julia guy, so I'm hoping Julia as well. But I think safely that we can assume about like 2 character slots are going to be new characters at least, so we can lower that down even more. But I'm really hoping my main's gonna make it. If not, they're probably gonna show up in like in 2 years or something, because Baki Hanma or freaking Tifa from Final Fantasy is gonna show up before them. So I'm cooked if that's the case. At least I have Kazuya, you know, that's fine, and I can try out other characters. Like, I used to use Haorong and King, so that'll work too. But yeah, now that is pretty much all the news for Tekken 8. Now, if I did miss anything, let me know. Now we will continue on to the next game, and the next game is Street Fighter 6. Now, when it comes to Street Fighter 6, they had like, I want to say 3 trailers that they had. One of them is the teaser for Aki, which we got in Evo, which was pretty cool. Made her look really creepy, and you know, it gave her a audience that is a little down bad, because a lot of people think they can fix her, and Capcom saying you can't even fix her. So I don't know, maybe they just went with the wrong one for that one. Maybe they should have changed her up a little bit. I don't know, because everybody's down bad apparently. I don't know what's going on here, but they had that trailer, which I thought was really neat to see what she's like or whatever. And then they had a Ninja Turtle crossover, and it was really cool. You know, you got the Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo skins for your avatars, which was like, that's okay, you know. It wasn't too exciting for me in my opinion, but I think it was cool for the Battle Hub and stuff like that. So that was a neat idea. But the problem was for that is that it costs $15 for an outfit. So technically in total it will be $60 if you got all the outfits for them. And this is for your avatar, not even for like Ryu or something like that. So it's like, bro. So that they kind of dropped the ball a little bit on that, which is whatever, I guess. But hopefully they'll make a better crossover with actual feasible amount of money. They also did show us a little bit of outfits too for Tekken 6 for Marissa, Guile, DJ, and Jury. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the Jury one, because that was blowing up on Twitter like heavily. Like, people were making art already about it and stuff like that. So yeah. But I'm really interested in the Marissa one, because I use Marissa, and the Guile one actually appealed to me. I'm like, huh, Guile with long hair actually looks kind of cool. So it looks pretty neat. But that was pretty much all the news for Evo in there. But then on August 30th, they had the Aki trailer that came out showing the gameplay for how she actually plays, and she's pretty much a snake, which I think a lot of people anticipated, like I did too, because you know, Fang was a crane, she's a snake, cool. But what we didn't anticipate is that her freaking claw finger things are going to extend out like a whip. I'm like, what the freak? That was pretty sick. And then she does have a projectile, but it's not how I thought it would work, actually. It's actually the opposite of how I thought it would work a little bit, which was, it is on hit that, you know, you get poison. It's not like the apply poison thing that Fong had, which was his V-Skill 1. She just has one that's just a direct projectile that actually hits, which is pretty interesting. And then she throws that out. If she throws a little whip thing at it with her fingernails, she can make it explode and stuff. And then she does have like the pool, or I guess you could say the gas that Fong had, but she can make it a pool instead. And she has like a few other moves that are really cool. Like, she can slither around like a snake and then do a follow-up attack. Or she does have like a slap like Fang does as well. I made a video talking about this a little bit of her moves, but she pretty much has some Fong stuff, but better. But the thing that she has that is different is that she has a new thing where she can apply poison to you twice that has an effect though, which would when she does it, you explode, which does pretty, I'm assuming it's going to do some good damage, but she can also do a follow-up attack after that, which gives her a lot of leeway to do some crazy combos or just setups or just like one-hit cross-up stuff that she's going to be going crazy with in this game for sure. Like, I think she's going to be a very interesting character to go up against and keep you on your toes type of deal. So they did a good job with her, well, at least showing her in the showcase. I gotta say though, it is kind of crazy that she does come out on September 27th, because if we're thinking about it here, then the next character is Ed, which is gonna be my main, and he's coming out in December of next year. So I'm like, man, this is so big of a gap. So what are they gonna release during this time period? So it's got me thinking, what's gonna happen in October and November and stuff like that. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but it's very interesting. But that is pretty much all the news for Street Fighter. The next thing we're going to talk about, I guess, I'll just put it all into one category, which is SNK entirety. Like, SNK just showed a whole bunch of stuff, so we're just going to take a second to talk about this. This is all Evo stuff also, by the way. So the first thing they showed was King of Fighters 15 stuff, and it was Naj, like their release date for her, which was August 8th. So she came out, you know, a while ago now, which is pretty cool. Then after that, they showed Dual Lane, so it was Dual Lane after all, which everybody knew that pretty much judging by the silhouette. And he looks pretty cool. They didn't show any gameplay, they just showed his what he looks like in game, and I gotta say it looks pretty slick and stuff like that. And like they have like I think it's called Team Dark, I think that's what Ash's team was called, I believe, or something like that. Their thing was playing in the background, like a remix of it, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think they didn't give a release date for him. They said he'll come on sometime in autumn, so if I had to guess, it'll probably be sometime in October, because he's more creepy based. Like whenever you did a special move with him in King of Fighters 13 or in like 11 and stuff like that in the older games, he did like some ghost stuff, you know, like death and stuff. That's what showed up, at least for his effects. So it would fit more if it was October, honestly. And then the next thing they showed was King of Fighters 13. Well, actually, I'm not sure if they showed 13 first, then 15. I kind of don't remember. A lot of stuff was happening that day, so just bear with me here. The timing might be wrong on when they showed this, but either way, they showed King of Fighters 13 global match. Not really like gameplay of it, but if like, you know, I guess gameplay clips, you know, someone hitting someone and it goes to the next thing and the next thing, whatever. And then the release date, and the release date is November 16th, so we don't have too long to wait for this game, which is good, because I think 13 is probably the most beautiful 2D game. If you really think about it, like the art style and the sprites, it's probably the best, easily. So it's good that this game is actually getting good rollback and stuff like that and make it actually playable online, because the connection and the original was atrocious. So this is really fun, really nice to see. And then the last thing that they showed was freaking Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, that was amazing. It was immaculate, brother. Like, let me tell you something. Okay, the visuals were really nice. The saturation, it might have been a little bit too much, but overall I think it looked great. So, and this is just like the early thing of it, because you know they said they greenlit it literally like last year, so now it's just them showing it now, and it looks pretty good. And they have like characters playing in the background, like for the locations, but it was like on the map thing, so you didn't get to see the stages exactly, but it was just like the locations where they would be fighting at, and one of them was Kane. I'm like, dude, this is I was freaking out a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is really exciting, because I am a Kane fan, so this is gonna be really fun. I hope they do improve the visuals a little bit, but otherwise it doesn't look too bad. It kind of reminds me of Marvel's Capcom a little bit, like how the shading is a little bit to me. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but I hope the gameplay is fun, and I want to see more of it later in the future. So that was really exciting to see. And that is pretty much all for SNK. And now if I did miss anything, let me know down below, because this is a lot of news. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, so just let me know if I did. Now the next game we're going to talk about here is Guilty Gear Strive. Now at EVO they did show the new season and how it has new mechanics and stuff like that, and people got new moves, which is pretty cool. Like for instance, the new mechanics that they added were like 2 things to like the burst thing. Like you can just do a regular burst or whatever, but there's also moves with it. Like if you do quarter circle forward with burst, you have an attack called Wild Assault, I believe, which takes 50 burst, but it does really good damage. Like it's good for combos and stuff like that, linking really well, and it also breaks people's guards, which is pretty cool. The other mechanic that they added, which is called Deflect Shield, is really good, which makes you pretty much deflect any attack that comes at you, and it pushes your opponent back. So even if it's happening, they're shooting at you, he will go back to while he's shooting at you, which is really effective too, which does also cost 50%. But to negate the effects of just the burst cost in the game, they actually changed the burst mechanics where you can get burst back a lot easier. And also, when you do get hit with Wild Assault, you do lose a little bit of burst gauge, so you can't burst immediately after they hit you. So it's really interesting how they balance this out too. But with all these other changes, they did add a new character, which is Johnny, which they also showed at Evo 2. And he came out the exact time when the update was happening, which was in August 24th, which was, I will say, it's a pretty good update. It's a really good update in my opinion. Like, it was not bad whatsoever. I think it added a lot more cool things. Like, there was also buffs and nerfs to other characters too. Like, for instance, Sin got buffed, which I was really excited. So I've been playing the game a lot more because of that, I'll tell you what. And the game just seems a lot more accessible to play for people, I feel, as if overall. Like, with these new system mechanics, I don't feel hopeless anymore, because they also did nerf the scaling of a lot of super attacks and stuff like that. So it feels more easier to stay alive and make a comeback in this game, so I very much appreciate that. But that is pretty much all the news for Guilty Gear. If I missed anything, let me know down below. Moving on to the next game, or actually I should say games, because this is like a roundabout of all the other games pretty much. So this is all other games that happen, so I'll just mark down the tags. But it's gonna be Granblue, 109 Birth, and Project L. I'm pretty sure this is everything else. I think this is it. So Granblue Rising, they had a trailer at Evo as well that happened, which pretty much showed the release date of the game. And the game comes out in November 30th, so pretty good release date. And also they showed Undying Birth 2, because I'm not saying the other stuff. They showed that as well at Evo, and they actually had like a little demo for people to play it. And there is some new moves for characters, stuff like that. And yeah, they didn't show the release date for it, but they just said it's coming out early 2024, so look out for that. It does seem like it's going to have a new character, because at the end of the trailer there's some dude talking that I didn't know or I've never seen before in the game, so I'm assuming that's going to be a brand new character. Could be more than one, but I'm not sure. Also, there was some Project L news that happened as well during EVO, which was just a new, I'm not really a mode, but like there is tag in the game, right? But you can do like 2v2s or 2v1s and just have one person have like two characters and fight people with two characters. So that seems pretty interesting how they added that. And they also showed a new character name, I think it's Yosei or Yoso or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but let me know if I am or not down below. And it seems like the game is moving forward pretty well, and they will give us more information later down the line. I'm not sure when exactly, but you know, it's whenever they have something to show us, so we'll just have to wait a little bit to see more stuff about Project L. And I think the last news, like this is it, the last news is Fighter Z with the update they had on the 23rd, which changed quite a lot actually. A lot of people from it could be 50-50, I don't know exactly, but it seems like a lot of people don't like the update because of what they did. But pretty much, if you're like the last character, you can combo them into I believe it's like you can do a level 1 into a level 3 or something like that, so you could pretty much instantly kill someone. It's kind of funny in my opinion, but I don't know, but a lot of people are mixed about that decision. And also, when you charge key, it is safer too, but it's like you get less meter back, so it's a bit of a safer option to do sometimes. But yeah, there is technically news for a while back, and that it got pushed back, so we are not sure where we're gonna see that thing for this game. I'm gonna be honest, for you Fighter Z people, I really feel bad for you guys, because you guys have waited for so long. At this point, you guys are like, when just make Fighter Z 2 or whatever, like, or whatever, you know. I understand, like come on, it's been a minute, and I'm pretty sure with this patch, even a lot of people are gonna have fun. Some people may not, I don't know, but the game definitely does need rollback. Moral story, end all be all, I think everybody agreed the game needs rollback. Also, a thing I wanted to mention too is that at Evo, a big thing happened too that has never happened before, which they got the two twins that are making Project L, that are the creators of Evo, got the key to the city, I believe. I could be wrong, or I don't know exactly. It's something that they got a key to something. It's like the key to the city or something like that. So that was really cool. They also got an award because it's like one of the best esports things in Nevada, so they got a thing for that too. And on August 6th, it will officially be, from now on forever, will be Evo Day, so that's pretty cool. So whenever it's whenever people go to work or they have to go to work today, I'm like, nah dude, it's Evo Day, I'm out of here. Just clock it. Even though that actually another thing too, Evo is not happening in August of next year. It is actually happening in July 26th through the 28th. So a lot of cool news for Evo. And also next Evos too, like the other Evos after, I guess, are going to be happening in different locations. They haven't told us where exactly, but they will be happening in different locations. But shout out to Tom and Tony Cannon for getting, you know, that award for you know, hosting the best esports things. They're called the Founders too, if you don't know. So yeah, but yeah, Tony, Tom, Cannon, pretty cool guys. Making Project L, made Evo, got the key to Nevada, you know. So they're really killing it out here. They're really doing it for the FGC. And now freaking August 6th is now Evo Day, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is all the news for fighting games in August. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, please let me know down below. Like, let me tell you, just let me know, because a lot of stuff happened, and I'm trying to remember stuff. Like, did I forget anything? I hope I didn't. But I hope you guys have a great day, night, noon, or whatever time period you guys live at, man. And I will see you guys next time.